Yes, you welcome back. We are still in the studio talking about Policy Pulse, which is, of course, hosting the chairman, Plateau State Independent Electoral Commission. Mr. Sishak, once again, you're welcome.
Thank you very much, Amy.
How has it been since after the last election? What has the commission been doing?
Yeah, we've not been resting on our oars. After the last election, we had a post-election review with different stakeholders. It took us a long while to complete that process. The essence of the post-election review was to look at the election in itself, the participations made with political parties. We 45. I'm trying to look at the figures as they are.
Okay.
Yeah, so that I can be very correct on the participation. The participation will have more input from political parties. Also, if you look at the tribunal, what we did in the tribunal was that all those people who had cases, unlike what was obtainable in the past, were
voters registration exercise.
I'm happy that we have a new rec who, on coming, surprisingly came for courtesy visit, and they came with the management team of the Independent National Electoral Commission, seeking for partnership with us. And our role as State Independent Electoral Commissions is to advise the INEC on the process of voter registration, because we also rely on their register. We don't conduct registration data of individuals who are 18 who are eligible to be registered. Then, of course, the second part is capturing. So this part, even in your home, if you know how to use the period where we can do that also. So we'll assist in that part.
Okay. So the collaboration between INEC and PLASEC is also to ensure that all these polling units, like that have been decentralized, so to say, people are got to know. They have to know them.
The location.
So how soon will this campaign commence?
We are hoping by next week you will hear us very well.
Because a lot of people out there, especially those that are tweak, you know where PLASEC is, don't miss tweak. You know where PLASEC is, don't misunderstand.
Look at the ward that is closer to you and the polling units, then you do that. Once you complete the process, you can save it on your phone or print it out.
Okay.
So that when INEC begins to do the process of capturing your biometrics, you can now go visit centers. I'm sure they will create more centers. For now, they are doing it in the local governments.
Okay.
And in some areas like Wasai, Mangu, Bokos, Basa, those areas that had issues, Riom and Barkin Ladi, they have additional centers where people can go, especially for those who cannot go back to where they were settled.
Really, when we are talking about religious organizations, how about local government elections? How time flies.
Yes.
So the elected local government chairmen and their vice and the councillors, when will their term expire?
Their term will expire on the 9th of October 2026.
Okay. Now we are in September.
Yes.
So why coming up now for this?
2022.
Okay.
In part of the portion of the Electoral Act, I think it's Section 150, spoke about state independent electoral commissions complying to provisions as ever you get in court. I think there are adjustments to that effect. I'm not a lawyer, but I know that part of the issues that some of the judgments that some states had was the issue of compliance to 360 days. The issuance of the notice of election. We have complied to that. That is, we did that on Thursday 4th. And as I can tell you now, we have notices you need to put that. We are being very careful. We are on a commission that is driven by laws and guidelines.
Okay.
So just for us to avoid any pitfall where you come and do something and they bring technicality. Legislators are not equal with the national. You want to say the national are more superior. I think it's just about the size of the constituency.
Okay.
In terms of making law, you don't make one law to look inferior. You have asked them in 17. I asked the chairman, I say in 1 year, what will I be doing in 17 local governments with the notice? But you see, we have to comply with the law.
Okay.
To avoid any problem.
Any litigation.
Yes.
Now, in terms of litigation, the election that was held in October 2024.
Yes.
Actually, there were some aggrieved
tribunals.
Were there anyone
some
that were overturned?
On the way. Some let's know the devices they are using before. Let's know the devices they are using before we get into the process. Then thirdly, we queried the size of the, what do you call it, the back end, because the size was to us. So some technical people said the size was too small. So when the people started the process, those who started 12% polling units, it worked out well. But when the application was used across the 5,000 polling units, it was too massive. Like that, people trying to locate their polling units.
Yes.
Polling units.
Yes.
I believe this is a period where INEC needs to be also up and doing in sensitizing people. People should be able to know the locations of their polling unit. And I'm sure in the course of that was how it became difficult for people to be able to identify themselves. But not to give excuse to ourselves. The PLASEC for the first time before the election pasted the registers across all the polling units. The law posted the registers across all the polling units. The law for us to publish the names of voters across all the polling units, which we did in the names of voters across all the polling units, which we did in the last election. So before the election, you ought to go around and check your. So before the election, you ought to go around and check your polling unit and see where your name appears. That's on I am privileged. I was privileged to be in INEC, and I was the one. I am privileged. I was privileged to be in INEC, and I was the one heading that unit with political parties.
Okay.
So we've worked for years. Some of them I've known them for close to 15, 20. Of them I've known them for close to 15, 20 years. In these commissions are creation of political, because if there are no political parties, there will be no PLASEC or INEC. We are working for them, and they are critical stakeholders. You know, these politicians, if you don't carry them along, you will have issues, because they own the people in court. They actually own the people in Forum of State
yes,
councillors. It means that the cycle will always be one cycle after the other, like what we are doing in the state. If you look at 360 days from the notice we are giving, is ending in September.
Yeah.
Because our provision says that we must conduct election between 90 to 30 days of the expiration of the tenure of those who have. So there will be no vacuum. So it means that this will be a continuous process. And you know, when you have a continuous process, that's what they're doing. Yeah, where the sex are not there yet, but when you look at the laws establishing them, when was it improved upon? The attention INEC get in terms of even amendments of laws, improvement of their laws experience. Because of the years of this kind of practice, the opposition parties are discouraged to even participate. Like in Plateau, I was here, and I said, I don't even see some parties campaigning. I hope they are doing their things on the ground or something. But from our, most of them do not believe that if they campaign and they said that in Just Not, you can only see only one poster. So when you don't campaign and show forth yourself, because you already in the past you have seen that you will only waste your time.